Hello, hello. Some people in the room. Hello, Leroy. Thank you so much for turning up and retweeting. Thank you. And Prayer Tour 7. How the devil are you? Right. It's that time again. It's whiskey time. Right. Okay. So, what's going on? At present, I'm in the middle of penciling book 2. So, here's a page that I'm in the middle of at the moment. So, it shouldn't take too long to finish. So, I'm going to be finishing that off now. Don't want to zoom in too close. I'll be doing all these pages in ink traditionally, but I like to pencil digitally because it just gives me what I want. I'm using Clip Studio. I used to use Photoshop. I had some VFX brushes, and they were really good. But Clip Studio is just too good. Too good for Photoshop to go up against, in my view. It does everything I want it to do. So I do all these in pencil and then print them out blue line and scan them in. Actually, what I can show you is I can show you the cover that was inked. There you go. So the cover's another wraparound cover. There's a clue to some of the story. It's effectively a self-homage, so it's similar to the first cover, but if you know anything about the first cover, you'll know that things have changed. These guys are kind of mechanized, and there's some human aspects to them as well. And Chrissy has turned up, obviously, on the cover now. So that's all part of the story, and it all gets a bit wacky. That's gone off to be coloured by Mike Summers, who is an exceptional colorist. Thank you, Leroy. It is smooth. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm on a bit of a schedule because these stories will also be coming out via Arrow Comics. But don't worry, those people that back the book will be getting it first. But it has meant that I can get on. I've finished penciling and inking for Outliers for Joe Fulton. That's done, and it's now time to get on and do this, which I've been looking forward to actually all year. I knew I was going to be doing it, but it just took some time to get around to it. Very busy this year, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. I played with this. The rest of what's going on under here is a bit more sketchy than this, but I wanted to get this bit. I'm going to get Chrissy right here, so I did a little bit more detail. So anyone who's watching this who hasn't been watching before, I'm not very good at doing two things at once, so there may be some quiet moments. So what's been going on this week? The biggest thing, I suppose, is the whole Action Labs thing. I was watching a piece about it on Thinking Critical, and yeah, it's pretty crap. But then, you know, I think the comic book industry, it's going through a massive change at the moment. You know, people doing their own thing with crowdfunding, that's where it's at. and then publishers need to get on board with that and use it appropriately. A bit like what I'm doing with Arrow, a bit like what Clint is doing with Alterna, and build that comic book industry back up from the ground up. I think that's what needs to be done, because people still love comic books. Also, I think there's two ways of doing things. I think the smaller publishers have to think about where else they can maybe sell comics, I suppose. Maybe doing different deals. Liberty is a distribution company. I'm with them through Arrow, and they're doing some interesting stuff. Also, I think there's like these two ways of doing things as a creator. I still do page rate stuff. Obviously, for Joe, I got a page rate on that. I still work for Panini. I do Doctor Who stuff. And I have other stuff that I can't talk about at the moment, kind of in planning stages, and that's all work for hire. I think you have to accept. I've long accepted that if it's not mine, if it's not my IP, then it's work for hire. But if it's mine, why would I give any of it away? It doesn't seem to make any sense. Again, I have been involved with some back end deals. I got my second royalty check the other day. I don't think it's anywhere near Ethan Van Sciver level, but I got my second royalty check the other day, and again, this was for something for Mark Hosier, and it wasn't actually my idea, and I was looking to do that kind of work. I knew I wasn't going to get paid much for it, but it's in the bank now, and it's getting a little bit of attention, the book, every now and then, and every now and then I get paid, which is nice. Again, not huge amounts. It's certainly not enough to live off, but the point being is it was somebody else's idea. I was approached. Did I want to have a go at it, and did I want to do royalty approach? And at that moment in my career, it was like, yeah, okay, I want to do this. Let's give it a go. I wouldn't do that now. Too interested in doing my own stuff. Far too interested in doing my own stuff. And being in control as well. That's the big thing. Being in control of it. So yeah, that's a very unfortunate episode with Action Labs, but I think it's going to be difficult for anyone to trust them now, to be honest. Oh, right, okay. Indeed, this, it's happening now, isn't it? Creators are getting out there and making their books, and they are making it happen. And as long as we treat people that buy the books, our customers, our supporters, whatever you want to call them, those people will be back, which is leading into your next question. I will be launching I'll be doing a sign up page next week. When I get the cover back, I wanted the cover for the sign up page. I've got some other art that I could put on there. Like the Inkspot stuff, the Preston Acevedo stuff, also stuff from the internal pages as well. But I wanted to go with the cover. And then I will be launching the campaign 1st of October, and the book will be fulfilled in March next year. So that's a 6 month turnaround. But it is going to be, the main story will be 66 pages. There will be backup stories of around 40 pages in there. So there's quite a lot of content in the book, and it's not so much of the how the book was made stuff. There's solid all story content right the way through. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, I'm kind of looking into who I'm going to be everywhere. I'm sure. You know what it's like. Just get on as many shows as possible. But yes, thank you very much. That's very very kind of you. And yes, I'm sure I'll be knocking on your door. Um, I was. I mean, I will ask Michael, obviously, and see if I can't come see him as well, um, as he's offered me. His door is always open, which is very nice of him. So thank you, both you and George. And I will be taking you up on that offer. So this is a page from. If I let everybody know, because I've been drawing away. This is a page from near the beginning of the book, and it's Dee and Chrissy sort of. She's out of control. Her powers are out of control, and she's trying to bring them in check. And they have a journey. They get back to the halls of eternity, which is death's place, as it were. But in order to get back there, they have a bit of a wild ride, and these are some of the places that they kind of pop in and out of. So I just had to kind of make up some weird stuff. It's actually weirder on the previous pages. And then she kind of, in this last panel here, she tries her hardest, and then the two of them jump. And that's when they get back to the halls, and that's where the story starts properly, as it were. So, sorry, again, bit of a silence. Like I said, I'm not very good at doing two things at once. So, the summer's over then, I suppose. We're going to talk about something, talk about the weather. We've actually had like not a heat wave, but like this week has suddenly heated up. It's very warm tonight, but I have a feeling it's the last huzzah of summer. Hello, Glenn. Thank you very much. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, Breeze. Thank you for being here. Ryan. I'm glad I'm not inking. Inking royalty in the room. It's really cool to see the action. Yes, yeah, that's what I wanted to do right from the word go, which is kind of what I did on the first book. Was I put videos together of what I'd done, whereas this time round I can actually do live streams, which I'm more confident about now, and show what I'm doing actually at that time. What's going on there on Death's shoulder? this shoulder. All right, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, if I just drop in the, there it is. Right, so they're flipping in and out. And so they're kind of up in the sky here, and they flip into this part of reality, and it's just like a dinosaur planet. And then in this one, these guys here, they're effectively escaping a burning world. And then then just for the hell of it, and this one, there's just a big monster stomping on on someone in a white coat, which is kind of a bit of a Godzilla thing. And then she takes control and says, no, take my hand, this time it's going to be right. And then they flip out. So if you're looking over a shoulder, perhaps it's that bit, and that's Chrissy looking on. So they're at an odd angle, and she's looking on, and that's the back of Death there, if that's the bit you mean. Right, I got it right. Good night, Marv. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Oh, John, I wish, but yeah. So if I just finish off that foot, and then I'll get onto this, because this was the bit I'd kind of left for tonight, for the stream. There we go. And so if I open up the previous page, this page, so you can kind of get the idea. I went from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 as we rush through these alternative worlds. So there's like a dinosaur world there, and these guys running away from a volcano, and then there's like an alien invasion, and it's like the Kirby crackle going through all of them, which is sort of like it frames the portals that she rushes through. So the same thing's going to be going on here at the top and at the bottom. There's going to be this Kirby crackle at the top and the bottom to frame it. Something else I am doing as well is I've got somebody else to help me with the inking. So on the main story, I'm still doing all the inking, but I'm penciling some of the backup stuff. So the world building stuff, and I've got Matthew to help me on that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with my pencils. I'm going to have to be uber careful. He's given me a couple of he's given me one demo what he can do. I sent off some pencils, and it looks really nice. And I had a little discussion, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else he can do for me. inking for other people, penciling for other people is slightly differently. I can pencil a little bit rougher for myself, obviously, because I know what I want. And this is what I was going to do tonight. If I was even more confident with my inking, I'd make my pencils even more bare bone like this, but I'm not there yet. Hopefully I'll be able to do that, maybe with the next book. So, what books has everybody backed recently? I can never remember. I backed one the other day. I can never remember what the bloody name is. But I'm crap at names, especially while I'm drawing. So, what's the most recent backed book anyone's done? I'll go and have a quick look at mine. Yeah, 24 Eyes, yeah. Music. I've got some. Hi, Darren. Nice to see you. Inglorious Rex. Yeah, I haven't backed that yet. I had some music. There's some royalty-free music on YouTube that I've got that I play in the background, but I just couldn't get to it tonight. I just had so much more to do. Just back Jack the Ripper. Ah, nice. What did I do? Let's go and have a quick look. And drink whiskey while I'm at it. There you go. My contributions. That's it. Shadow Sentry. Oh, that looks good. Shadow Sentry. Yeah, that looks really, really good. And the other one as well. Aaron Presti. I've forgotten his name. Sorry, like I said, I'm crap with names. That one looks really good as well. So I think I'll be getting that. But I've got another 20 days to back that. I do occasionally back stuff on Kickstarter. I know there'll be a few boos in the crowd, but if I think a book is good, I'll back it. There's a British book called The 77, and it's kind of like it's a bit like 2000 AD, and I backed that last time, and I might back that again because that does look really good. I won't do a crowdfunder on Kickstarter. I don't, for lots of different reasons. The main reason being I just don't like it. I don't like the way it's put together. I don't like that people sort of pledge money and then it's taken later on. People need to know exactly where they are. I just don't like the dynamics of the site. I don't like the UI. I don't like the back end technology. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. That's quite apart from all the other silliness that goes on around there as well. It just doesn't work for me. And it doesn't work for the kind of book that I want to put together either. I don't think it's necessarily going to go down that well over there. But I do buy from them occasionally, and it's all about the book. If I think a book is really good, I'll buy it. And certainly the 77 does look like a cracking book. So yeah, there's a few. Hi Sim, how you doing? Lovely to see you here. I'm going to have to come on again on the on Sugar's show. Just always seem to be working. It's not a bad thing though. That's like doing stuff on like posting to Twitter and what have you. I just don't get the time at the moment. I like to go on there occasionally and see if I can find some good art and some good projects to repost. Always try and do a little bit of that, but half the time I'm just not going near the thing. Don't like that. Mm-hmm. Just occasionally the pen doesn't pick up the tool. Very annoying. Hmm. Digital erasers are so much easier to control than the real thing. Shouldn't say that really. Okay, nice. Works. Good stuff. Yes, thank you very much, Leroy. Thank you. Everybody who backed the book the first time, if they buy the second book, will receive the Preston Acevedo print. I'll just call that up as well so you can see that. I should really be drawing, but here we go. So Preston did this absolutely gorgeous piece of art. Wonderful to see how other people present your characters. And that will be done as a print, so the same standard as the prints that I did in the last book. And anybody who bought the first book, who buys the second book, will get this. They don't have to buy it. It will be available, obviously, as an add-on for those people that are just getting the book for the first time. And then also, the first 200 people to back the book. Again, this will be available as an add-on, same deal as a print, but the first 200 people will also get this print. So there you go. Worthwhile, if you're new, worthwhile signing up. Worthwhile. Cheers, man. Thank you. Those images by Inkspots and Preston are just absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see them in print. And people's response to them. It's already been great. So. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Confused myself there. So production-wise, I think I'm giving myself an extra month to produce compared to the last book. However, I'm starting slightly later than last time, but that is balanced by the fact that I've got other people doing flats and lettering. I'll be able to tell you who's doing the lettering when I put up the sign up page. So it's already sorted out. Just want to double check it's okay to say. So I've got somebody else doing flats, somebody else doing the lettering. And then, like I say, I'll get Matthew to do some inking for me as well on the backup stuff. So it'll all come together. I've got quite a tight schedule going on. Everything will be ready at the end of February, and we'll go off to print and be delivered in March. And hopefully people will come around and watch me on a Monday night sticking it together. Not literally sticking it together, like with glue. Just putting it together. So this is a perfect example. I don't really need to take out the middle of these for my own inking. Just doing it for tonight to show what I'm doing, but I can just leave them rough while I'm inking it myself. Something like that. So that does speed things up somewhat. Also, I've just sped up since the first book. I just simply have. It's just the more you do, the more comfortable you get with your own style, which means that you make decisions quicker. It doesn't mean you're necessarily better than you were. It just means you're quicker at doing it. But hopefully, that does come with the territory. You learn as you go. Yeah, cool. Getting late. Another 20 minutes. I reckon I'll be able to do this. 20. Oh, also, the other really cool thing is that I have Mike Collins, who drew a lot of stuff for DC. He's done stuff for Marvel as well, but he did a lot of stuff for DC. He did Justice League and that kind of thing. He's going to be he's currently now doing the sketch show. He's doing a pin up as well, so that'll be available for everyone as well. Looking forward to seeing that. Mike Collins is a bit of a legend. That's going to be black all the way in there, isn't it? That's going to be black in there. Just shake that out. Okay. Yep. Like that. More whiskey. I think the other thing about speeding up with the inks as well is getting my style into my inking rather than just following the lines that I've put down. So actually starting to draw with the inks rather than just relying on pencils. But I think this is all stuff that'll come in time. I think that might need to change there. The curve on that. Okay. So now I can get those get a circle on there. Boop. Ooh. Get a rough guide for where I'm going to put the Kirby crackle. So I want it to cut into those. That's it. That works. So what I need to do is just like drop in some sketch here, because it's all going to be done with the pen and brush out in the real world. So I just need to give a rough guide of where I want it to be. And then get the parallel lines in. There it is. Okay. So those lines again can be partly crackle to eke them out into a finer brush line. Now I can, there's the parallel lines. I'll go to 60. 60, so 120. Tool, this Lazy Nezumi Pro, so it's a great tool. It's very helpful for things like parallel lines. I don't like the perspective tool on it though, to be honest. It just doesn't work particularly well. Then I'll put some extra something around so she gets an extra bit of power from somewhere. There'll probably be a light blue in there and go to white in the circle. And that's the other thing is I never even used to consider colours, to be honest. Never used to even cross my mind to think about the colours. It was just the pencil and the line work. But now I do, you know, I've obviously done my own colours for the Only Death Can Save Us books. I'm actually thinking about that while I'm doing it. Not deeply, but an idea, and it does make a difference to how you draw. Get a flash in there. Just do some curvy here. So they're effectively, the idea of this is that they're looking out from within the power barrier at what's going on as they pass through that part of reality. Oh, let's do it. So just take that down a bit. Save that there for the moment. Go back, see what the chat's saying. Whoa, where are we? Take my money. Take my money. Really do a fan? Yes, there is a fan art. There is a fan art gallery on. Oh, what in the book? I probably don't have room, to be brutally honest. But I do have a fan art gallery up on the website, and the website will go through some updates very soon. So, yeah. Yeah, see you soon, Marv. Thanks very much for being here. Thank you, Leroy. Yeah, so as I have said this, I've mentioned this before, that the page layouts for book 2 are a bit more Stalin and a lot less Buscema, Kirby, sort of that kind of stuff. So I've walked away from the 6 and 8 panel layout, and I'm doing more vertical panels and more pop outs and that kind of stuff. So you've got like a sort of a meta, because I obviously I'm so inspired by the Bronze Age. That's my thing. That's the way I like to draw. That's the way I like to present stories. In the first one was very much 60s and 70s, and now I'm got into book 2. This will be more sort of mid 80s, 70s, 80s, and then in the last book I'll trip into the 90s. So the styling is slightly, so there's a bit more texture in this book. The page layouts are slightly different. There'll be some fun with sound effects. Glenn, bless him, keeps on telling me to put the sound effects in. Although I won't be doing my own text, I will be doing the sound effects on the actual artwork. So that's the kind of thing that I'm kind of putting into place for this. Now, these parallel lines, they're slightly 110. Here we go. So that just needs it's more like a starburst rather than straight for the effect. It's a similar effect to the first book. I'll probably put them in with French curves when I get to do it. I've found my French curves. There we go. So, right, also I've got one here. Helps if I pick up a pencil. Again, the crackle. Parallel lines. What I'm going to do is to keep it matched. Just for these pieces. And there's right, that's all it was. Right, so I should be able to finish this page off tonight. I'm getting close. Do the hour. Otherwise, I need my beauty sleep because I'm an ugly bugger. But yeah, in all seriousness, I'm on quite a harsh shift at the moment. However, I'm enjoying myself immensely. So it really does help when you've got a very supportive family. My wife is hugely supportive. She knows this means a lot to me. Very, very lucky, not just family wise, but lucky to be able to do a job that I love so much. And it's rubbing off my daughter. She's been doing flats and stuff for me, which was great. And she was going to do all the flats for the book. But I've had to employ another flatter because she got herself a job doing the thing that she loves most, which is riding horses. Would you believe she rides horses for a living? And she's not a cowgirl. She's just got herself a job as a groom for a stable, and she basically gets to test all the horses out for the person that's going to competition and be their assistant and everything. And she's just absolutely loving it. So, do the things that you love as often as you possibly can. And if you can't do them for a job, do them in your spare time. Try and enjoy your life as much as possible. It will make you live longer. Right, that's it. I just got to flick those spaceships in. Spaceships. And they should really go at the same angle as the starbursts, shouldn't they? Yeah. It's these spaceships. making their escape. Okay, no more needed than that. So that's that done, I think. Yeah, that works for me. There we go. So I won't flip that now, but in the morning I'll flip it, see if there's any mistakes jumping out at me. I think her eyes are a bit dodgy there. There might be something going on. Oh, it might just be an artifact of the zoom. But yeah, so I'll just check on those in the morning. But that's effectively done now. So yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's sort of yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it does like moving. So it's like it's a bit meta in my own work, as well as in the stories themselves. I've done some backup stuff, and this is like I said, this is stuff I'm going to get somebody else to uh, to ink for me. Sorry, I'm miles away. To ink for me. There is a Doc Salem piece I did for Preston, and I got it half inked, but unfortunately, somebody spilt some stuff on it. I'm not going to tell you who did it, but somebody spilt some stuff. So I've still got to ink this. Preston, if you are watching, if you do watch, I have not forgotten you, and this will get inked very, very soon. But the stuff I was going to show you was so all this stuff that's in issue 3 of the Arrow Comics version is also coming to book 2, so you'll get all of this. So if I open that up, this is one of the images. So this is inked traditionally, penciled digitally, inked traditionally, and then coloured, flatted by my daughter, and then the same colour work that I did on the first book. And I'll show you one more before I pop off. Let's try this one. Similar job on this. A few more levels of shade in it, but not a lot in it. Not a lot in it. But much fun to draw. And this is all background stuff and world building, and it's done like in a little tale. And there's going to be 6 of them, I think. Certainly there's 3 so far. I've just written 2 others or conceptualized 2 others and sent them off to Rick, who will be writing them for me this week. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on. So that's it. Yeah. Maybe it is. I wouldn't like to say that because Kirby was a genius and I'm not. But yeah, there's all that stuff is very inspirational. So that's it from me. I would like to say, hey, Eric, thank you. Eric the Guapo. I like that. That's good. I didn't see you there. Sorry, Eric. Hi. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you, Marv. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Marv, again. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Sim, of course, Sim. And what else do we have? We have 24 Eyes. Thank you. And Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. I think that was about it. Praetor 7. Thank you. Yes, that's it. Thank you all so much for dropping by, listening to me talk crap while I'm drawing. Oh, Wooly. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Yes, thank you everybody for turning up. It's very, 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 very nice of you. If any of you are watching on the replay, cheers. Thank you very much. I could do with some more subscribers. I've actually had 5 subscribers taken off the count in the last 5 days. Don't know why. It's probably just where accounts are being dropped and what have you. Good night, Leroy. Thank you very much. And again, thank you for that retweet. So please, anyone out there, if you're watching, why not subscribe? It doesn't hurt. And you might even get told by YouTube next time I go live. But something I will do is I'll tell people more on my email list. So if you can sign up for the email list, you can get that at any of my websites, russleach.com, comicbookblackbelt.com, or onlydeathcansavers.com. You look out for updates soon on onlydeathcansavers.com, because there will be more in the store, and also there'll be more about the Arrow comics as well, and we can get them through Liberty Comics. And Comic Book Bob, thank you, Comic Book Bob, for coming by. A late one there. Thank you for like and share. Thank you, Willie. That's very nice. Thank you. So yeah, if you're out there, give me a sub. Come follow me on the Twitter, on the Facebook. I'm over on Minds, also on Instagram as well. And especially while I'm inking, I tend to take photos of what I'm doing when I'm inking rather than what I'm doing when I'm digital penciling. But so it's sort of like half the time is busy and half the time it isn't. So yeah, sign up to the email list, subscribe to the channel, come see me on all the social medias. Just talk to me if you want to talk about comic book art, because I love it. And I'll be hanging out just in the usual places. So thanks very much for stopping by. Thank you for everyone in the chat. It always amazes me that people come to watch my work. Thank you. It means an awful lot. And like I said earlier, there will be a sign up for book 2, probably releasing next week, and the campaign will be starting October 1 for a spring release next year. It will be March. It won't just be spring, it will be March. And go check out Liberty, go check out Indie Vault, go check out Fulton Land. And I'll be back here next Monday with some more digital pencils, I would imagine. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. I'll see you again soon. Ta-da.